Design Salvation, episode 63.
This is Design Salvation, your lifeline to better design with Dixie and Annie. Our mission is to share our conversation with you so we can all elevate our work and lifestyle. Welcome to the fold.
Hey, y'all, it's Dixie Stark.
And Annie Lundquist.
We are remote today, Design Salvation.
We're remote. We're at my house.
Yeah,
I love
are.
it. It's been
kind of fun.
It's been fun. And you met Nani and Papa.
I got to meet Nani and Papa. The infamous. I have never met them.
I can't believe that. That's my fault.
And but y'all have your board meeting every Saturday morning.
We have our board meeting, and it goes on till the afternoon.
With the crossword puzzles.
And then Nani takes a nap at the table, and so we just hang out.
That was pretty fun. I should have gotten a picture of that.
Yeah, we should have gotten a picture of you with it, because Nani's always saying, when am I going to meet Dixie?
She's so cute. She might not remember she met me, though.
No, she won't. She'll meet you again.
Okay.
No.
And then again.
I know.
And it'll all be good.
It's a little challenging, though, because I say, I'm recording with Dixie today, the podcast, and she says, why have you never played it for me? When do I get to listen to it? And I just say, we will make that happen.
We'll make that happen.
Again.
We'll make that happen. Oh, how cute.
It's really
cute. Book club day.
It's book club day, and I think we have a good one.
We have a really good one. And you know what? Right now, we are actually drinking just a little fruity water, and later we'll pop a top on that rosé champagne thing that you bought.
Yeah, sparkling rosé or whatever. It's pretty. We'll
but
show
we haven't
everybody.
done that pre-recording.
No, we're
kind of into our water and our white.
We're into white today because that's
Tell
our
us
topic.
About it.
So this book is called For the Love of White, and it's by the founder.
We love white.
We love white. It's by the founder of the White Company, Chrissy Rucker.
Yeah.
And I think it's a real good addition to your library, whether you're stuck because there are too many design choices or your clients are stuck and they're too confused by complicated visual cues or whatever.
Yeah, this is a book that you found, and I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up or not because we are both obsessed with white. And I thought, do I need another book about white? But the reality is this book is very simplistically laid out, and it's very easy go-to. Like if I wanted to take it to a client and say, look at this, look at this, look at this, because I'm a little old school. I don't pull everything up on my iPad.
Right, exactly.
I do want to have some touchy-feely visuals, but this is something that I actually would reference for myself because there's a section called country.
Yes, there is a section called country.
And there's a little teensy bits of me that really likes that.
I know, it's so interesting. You always are both modern but then you have this little Arkansas side to you that I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Arkansas, Texas. I'm telling you.
I know. So I do think this would be a good addition.
I'm gonna get it.
I have loved it, and I too have too many white books. I do love color. Let's be clear, but I like it sparing. So this book really shows you sort of how you could throw in a ton of color in these settings.
Yeah, the backdrop is so well done that to layer it up with color would just be really easy. But you had mentioned something earlier. I don't know if it was in the book review or we were just chatting or what have you, but you were saying that you can tell that this was professionally pulled together.
Yes.
It's not at all amateur just because it's white.
I think, exactly. And I think people look at these books and think, well, they did it. I can do it. Every single person, every house that's referenced here is somebody who's deep in design, whether it's architecture or styling or an actual interior designer. So don't be hard on yourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Just start with one little
element
vignette and then move from there.
Yeah. But it is pretty evident. Yeah. You know, it's very it's refined.
Well, it's sort of like, those French country books that look like they just do everything effortlessly. Baloney.
Yeah.
There's effort.
There's lots of effort. Because sometimes the more simplistic, and we talk about this in architecture, in upholstery, in, all facets of design, sometimes the more simplistic it is, the more perfect it has to be to really pull that look off. And this book exemplifies that.
I think you're right. But I think it will help you reach your goal of perfection.
Yeah, it
and
will.
Making
It'll
it look
help you get
effortless,
there.
even though it isn't. So
Give you a tidbit.
I wanted to just reflect on what she says in the introduction, because
I
it's
do
kind
love
of fun.
that.
I
Yeah,
love
it is good.
introductions to books.
Yeah,
So
me too.
she says that her, I'll just read straight from it. My real love of white began more than 25 years ago when my boyfriend Nick bought his first home in London. He didn't own anything. He had like burgundy linens,
Of course.
Yeah, and my husband did too.
You know, the bachelor thing.
So we'd been together for 4 years, and sadly, there'd been no sign of a proposal. So when he asked if I could help, I thought, yes, this is my chance. I can show him I could be excellent wife material by making his home look beautiful. But when I set off to start the task, it was a disaster.
One of those disaster stories. I love this.
There was just too much choice, so many bright colors and so much manic pattern, and I was completely overwhelmed and had a major confidence crisis, and it just didn't feel right. Well, we can all certainly relate to the crisis of confidence.
Exactly.
I started to think about what makes a great image for a magazine and reflected that simple is often best and less is often more. It struck me that white in the home is like the perfect little black dress.
So good.
Yeah, it's good.
So good.
It's simple, yet effortlessly stylish, modern, yet classic. And it also has a magical, calming, spa-like quality, and it just works. So I decided to look for all the essentials in lovely, calming white. But it wasn't easy, and I found there was a clear gap in the market. So that's when she, and I think her sister or her sister-in-law, she eventually married.
Oh, yeah.
So she must have.
She did
make a great house.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And so she and her sister-in-law started the White Company for home essentials. And now it has clothing, lovely cashmere clothing and everything sort of. I don't think it's the solution for y'all. You don't need to go to the White Company in London. It's not going to solve all your
woes.
Your house woes.
It
isn't, because no, but you'll know how to do it from this book if you need a little
nudge. Or inspiration.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and the other thing I thought that I liked, which we've talked about often, is she says, I always choose a soft, soothing palette of whites, off-whites, and neutrals, remembering that white is not one color, but 1,000 tones and shades, all slightly and subtly different from each other. White paints and pigments not only bring rooms to life, but they also accentuate architectural details, moldings, and woodwork beautifully.
And that's so very true. There's a local designer here that was doing their own home, and I think it was something like 20-something different shades or more of white in her home.
Susan Marinello did that.
It was.
Yes.
She's Susan on Mercer Island.
Very good designer.
She's so brilliant. And she was...
That's too complicated for me.
Well, yeah, maybe me too. But she was pretty steadfast about making sure that the white looked right in each space with a different exposure. And of course, she worked... I think she interned or worked for a short period of time with Victoria Hagan.
Who's the queen of white.
She is the queen of white. And I think she learned, it's kind of like when we were talking about like Vera Granny and how you work for someone and you gain kind of a foundation and then you put your own spin on it.
Oh, yeah,
and
good point.
It's kind of that same kind of concept. But anyway, she worked for Victoria and then she's come back here and highly successful.
Yes,
here
highly
in Seattle,
successful. Commercial, too.
Yeah, commercial
and
residential.
So one of the things that is a struggle, I think, in this book is that these are London homes. They have some lovely architectural details that our homes in the States are usually lacking, especially on the West Coast, I would say.
So, the floors alone.
The floors alone are clearly aged and have literally been there forever. So, and just some of the millwork is so gorgeous.
Exactly.
But I think, too, there are some spare rooms that really you can hide the architectural detail and say, or if I added a raw wood beam,
what would that do?
What would that do for the space?
How would that warm it up?
Yeah.
The thing that is so great about this is that she breaks it up into city, country, and coastal. And you would think, well, gosh, there's a much broader spectrum of places for which you could start to have different chapters. But it does seem to capture it.
Well, that's all we need.
Yeah, well, heck yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and the combination of all of that. But everything in the book, from the textiles to the paint, just like the quote you just read, to the artwork and all of the many layers, is just what gives the spaces their depth.
I think it's accessible. I think you'll really like it. I think it's a worthy investment. So
yeah, I think you should. I think you should take a look. See, the other thing is the cover on it is so simple, and so is the binding. So if this is one that sits on your coffee table or in a shelf, it totally works.
Well, and you can take the cover off too. It's quite
very
simple
crisp
and lovely. It's really
very
good.
pretty.
I actually really like it.
There's nothing better than that.
There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, so good.
So I wanted to circle back for a minute to last week's.
You always do this.
Do I?
Like, yeah. Well, it's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, like we've talked about this before where I'm like, prepare. And then I'm done. After we do, I'm done. I'm so over it. And then you're always like, about last week.
I forgot to
say.
I
meant to. I want to. All right. What's on your mind?
Well, that episode, which was 62, this is 63, 62, we got more feedback on that than we have in ages.
Well, that epiphany of yours was really good, where treating your house like your friend with the respect and with acknowledging the good stuff and not acknowledging the bad really resonates with people, because it's a different way of thinking about your house. And I even got good feedback when I was out and about. We have a couple of listeners that I run into and engage with, and they're like, oh, listen to it. Yeah, it was really interesting.
I'm so glad. Yeah. And I went about my business in my home differently and in a more friendly manner. Yeah, I was
good girl.
Sweeter to my house. Like, I had something on the stairs and I thought, I'll just run that up and throw it in the hallway, and then I'll put it in the closet later. And I thought, no, I wouldn't do that to a good girlfriend. If she had something on the stairs, I'd carry it up, put it away nicely for her. Yeah, treat her nicely.
So treat her.
But yeah, I did get a lot of feedback on that. And it made me think of one other thing sort of in line with that, which is when people, especially with designers, people think and I know you know this. People say, oh, I can't have you over to my house.
But they don't want to.
No. And they think we're going to judge. And
I don't even look at it.
Exactly. I don't either. And so I think we have to take that into account, is people's attitude when they come to your home is much less critical than you might think. So
in elaborating on last week's episode, you're like, hey, the other thing you can do is your girlfriend wants to socialize.
Right.
That's
don't
what you're
fret
saying
about your house, and don't complain about it, that she wants to come over and see you, and she really isn't looking at anything.
Yes. And then, you know, as from what I think I was getting at, is that if your house is your girlfriend, she wants to socialize. She wants to be used and engaged, and she wants to know that she's interacting with people just the same as it would be like you and I and our girlfriend. So don't deprive her of that.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, everybody, especially now, is wanting more and more social engagement. So don't deprive your house of that. Let her be social.
Let her be social. And I think the only time I get critical, like when you get in the car with your spouse or your partner or whatever, and I'm like, there are two things that drive me nuts.
Okay, let's hear it.
One is dirty, not messy, because that's how we live.
Just dirty.
Dirty. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, I don't know of many homes I've been in that are just dirty.
Well, no,
I totally get it. It
yes.
could just be a space. It could just be like not even a home, but I get that.
Yeah,
okay,
dirty.
It's just dirty.
And the other one is cluttered. When it's
that makes me nervous.
Not with books and stuff. And
makes me nervous.
But when there's just like nicky and stuff everywhere, it's like, I'm going to be a little claustrophobic.
Yes. That makes me a little claustrophobic too. But that's the only time. Well, you know, the thing is that I know what you're saying about those two things, is that, first of all, neither one of those are respecting your house like a girlfriend. If you've got clutter or if they're not well groomed, meaning they're not clean.
Tie-in. Yes.
And then the other thing is that is a distraction. So you are distracted from engaging with the people in the home because the home is distracting.
That's a good point.
In which case, you really just want the home to be a lovely fixed backdrop.
Yeah.
And so I totally get that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go in a place, and if it's really, really cluttered, it makes me just
I just want
nervous.
to get up and clean and help her
It just makes
purge
me
and edit a little, and then just I can sit down and take a breath. Yeah,
exactly. But that's a good observation that you had after the fact. I'm wondering how many of our listeners all over the world have kind of like come to this realization this week after listening that, this is a different way of thinking about it.
Well, I've had all sorts of comments from, oh my gosh, I've been the worst girlfriend to my house.
That's so cute.
Isn't that cute? I've treated her so badly. I'm such a bad friend to my house.
Yeah.
And then I had one gal say, I have gone about my daily chores in a much more gracious and grateful manner because of this approach.
So this is interesting because this is a spin on an everyday gratefulness.
Yeah, which has gotten tired. Like the language has gotten tired. Like, okay, I know I'm supposed to be grateful, but what the heck?
I'm supposed to be grateful and thankful, and I'm supposed to be happy, and I'm supposed to recognize all the good things that I have and the blessings that I have. This is just another way to go about that with your home in particular. You can literally take this same concept to every aspect of your life, whether it's your clothes, your car, your handbag, your girlfriend, your husband, or your house, your garden. You can take this concept to every aspect and treat it as almost your grateful journal. Just treat it with respect and look at it differently. Yeah. And it will make a big difference. Attitude adjustment, people.
Attitude adjustment. I was sitting in the tub this morning thinking, what can I do for my girlfriend?
Yeah.
The house.
Maybe we should name our houses. You know how you name your cars sometimes, or you'll name like, okay, I haven't named my house yet. I'm not sure that my house is a girl.
Well, I get that. So, okay, that's fine. So you can have a guy friend.
Yeah. Or maybe, just
maybe it's uncle.
All gender, or all like,
or maybe
uncle or auntie, or I don't know.
It could be like,
I got to come up with something.
I could see your house being one of those great Southern names that girls have that are last names like McConnell.
Charlie?
No, like McConnell.
Oh, yeah.
Like something.
Yeah.
Or it could be like Tate.
Ooh. Yeah, see, I think that everybody, if we're going to take this to the next level, and I think we should. I think this would be really fun for people to get back to us.
Is Henri?
Ooh.
Henri? Or do you think it's more like, what's another?
I don't know.
I love this concept.
We've got to do it. I think
so
we need to do it.
And then we'll have conversations with our houses, and I think that's a lovely segue.
And then you can, it's like when you have a pet and you name them, then you feel like you've got this different connection with them. I think if we named our houses, that maybe...
Well, we do. We name our cars in our family, and it's been wonderful.
Okay.
It's super fun.
What's the name of your car? I don't know this, do I?
Well, BB.
Well, who's BB?
BB, because G kept calling my car the, what did he call it? The Blue Bomb or something terrible.
So
and I was
BB.
like, it's not a blue bomb. Oh, blue ball. A blue ball, because it's kind of rounded. That's what he called it. Yeah. And I was like, that's not acceptable.
But BB's cute.
BB's cute.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I haven't named my car. I haven't named my house, and I really should do this. Okay,
that's our homework for the week, everybody.
Well, go and take a look at the book. I think it's a good one.
Yep.
Name your house and enjoy your girlfriend this week.
For the Love of White is our book, just a reminder.
Yeah.
And love on your people, your house, your girlfriends.
Yeah.
And your everybody.
And just enjoy the week. We're happy to talk to you. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, let's go pop our rosé.
We're going to pop that rosé. That looks really good. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
Hey, y'all. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also find us at designsalvation.com, where we'll have the past podcasts listed as well as show notes. Hope to see you there.